Dr. Tyler, is it?
Yeah. Sorry to be in trouble. Thanks very much for calling.
Well, Arthur's keeping an eye on it down by the lake. He hasn't touched it.
Oh, good.
It's not chemicals, is it? Only the birds.
No, you'll be all right. Nothing to worry about. Mr. Wallace! Mr. Wallace? Put me through to Unit HQ, will you, please?
So, there you are. Mrs. Ollie says her husband's down there. I see him wave, get there, and there he is, gone. So I got in touch with you lot.
Well, quite right, too. That's what we're here for. Hey, Doctor.
Yes, of course.
What exactly is this machine for?
Cosmic ray research, Miss Grant.
Did you still use balloons?
That's right. We may not be NASA, but we get the results. Inside that is the most sophisticated cosmic ray monitoring device between here and Cape Kennedy. You see, I was going to get in touch with you people anyway, even before this business.
Oh, why was that?
Can you give me that briefcase, please?
Yes, of course.
Well, we've been getting some pretty funny results on these latest tests. Now, this is the first one, you see. Ah, this is normal. Now then, this is why I'm here. Last week's test. Oh, look at that.
Good grief.
Yeah, nobody knows what to make of it. Oh, they've all seen it. Yanks and the other lot.
Oh?
Now, here's somewhere... Oh, yes. Now, this is what really put the tin hat on it. And that deep space monitor Houston put up. But just take a look at those readings.
The doctor's the...
What?
The doctor's the menu.
Oh, I see.
Thank you. Well, it's traveling faster than light.
Yes. And it can't, can it? I don't know what to make of it. It's come all that way through millions of star systems. Must have been directed. And it must have been directed at us. Now, why?
Why indeed, Professor Tyler? Why indeed?
Thing is, Doctor, is there anything I can do?
Yes, pass me a silicon rod, will you?
Yes, what I meant was, is there anything that UNIT can do about this space lightning business?
Lightning? Yes, I suppose it could look like lightning, only it isn't. No, if there were such a thing, I would say it was compressed light, a sort of Controlled superlucent emission.
What?
He means it travels faster than light.
Thank you, Miss Grant.
Tell me, Professor, is this machine of yours functioning properly?
As far as I can tell. Haven't developed that latest plate yet, of course.
Then I suggest that you do so immediately and let me know the result of your findings. Joe, you and I are going to take a look at the scene of the crime. I think you'll find everything you need here.
All right. Thanks. Oh, I can manage now, thank you.
I'm delighted to hear it. Make yourself at home. We're only supposed to be a top-secret security establishment. Liberty Hall, Dr. Tyler. Liberty Hall.
That shouldn't happen. That definitely shouldn't happen.
This here's the place, all right.
Are you sure, Mrs. Ollis?
The Land Rover tracks stop here, don't they? I told you, you're too late. The other gentleman's been and gone.
You haven't seen your husband since this morning?
No, nothing unusual in that. Oh, he'll be off somewhere. We shan't see him now till dark. I'll look for him if you like.
No. No, it's not important.
Please yourself. I'll be getting on then.
It is important, isn't it, Doctor?
Yes, Joe. Yes, it's much more important than I thought.
Dr. Tyler, these reports might interest you. Tyler? Dr. Tyler! Sergeant Benton!
Sir?
Dr. Tyler appears to be wandering around unit headquarters. Go and find him and bring him here at once.
Yes, sir.
Right, let's see what Dr. Tyler's found out about that plate.
What's that?
Joe, back slowly away behind the car. Do as I say!
What is it?
When I tell you to run, you run. Right, run!
What happened? What is that?
I don't know.
Poor old Bessie.
Right, come on.
Well, where is he?
Sorry, sir, we just couldn't find him. Dr. Tyler's just disappeared. We've searched the grounds and the building, sir, and there's no sign of him. Oh, and there was an explosion in the garage, sir.
Explosion? What explosion? I heard nothing.
No, you wouldn't, Brigadier.
But there was a flash, Doctor.
A flash, yes, not an explosion. It was a release of kinetic energy.
One of Bessie's gadgets misfire.
It's far more serious than that, Brigadier.
You better check, Benton.
Right.
No, I shouldn't go anywhere near it. Not just at the moment.
What shall I do, sir?
I suggest that you put a guard on the drains, Benton.
The drain?
Yes, the drains.
Put the men on standby, Benton.
Right away, sir.
All right, Brigadier. Now then, what's the situation as you see it?
Well, you just had a call from Mrs. Ollis. Her husband hasn't returned.
Oh, no.
So I was rather afraid that might happen.
We're cooperating with the local police, but we have got 1,500 acres to cover.
Well, I shouldn't bother going on looking for him, Brigadier. I think you'll find that that's Mr. Ollis.
Is this the plate that Tyler was developing when we left?
Yes, that's right.
When I came back with these satellite reports, Tyler had disappeared, and this box was open as it is now.
Nothing's been moved.
Nothing.
Excuse me a minute, will you? right, Brigadier, go on.
So these are tracking reports and assessments from just about every country in the world.
Thank you. Well, it looks as if Tyler was right. That light beam, or whatever it is, seems to have scanned the Earth like a searchlight and picked on us.
Since the unit is now in charge of this investigation, Doctor, it would help if you were a little more forthcoming.
Tell him about Bessie, Doctor.
Huh? Oh, yes. Well, Brigadier, now Bessie has disappeared.
What?
But it was after us.
Yes, but what was after you?
Well, some kind of powerful organism thing with a very strong hunting instinct.
It was hunting you, wasn't it, Doctor?
Yes. Yes, I'm afraid so.
Are you trying to tell me that this whole thing's been arranged just for your benefit?
Well, yes, that's right. You see, that stuff seemed to ignore me as soon as it saw the Doctor.
What about this chap, Ollis?
Well, I don't know. Well, perhaps this thing was confused or its instructions weren't getting through.
And Tyler?
Tyler. Yeah. Yes, that was its second mistake. Here in this laboratory where I usually work. And its third mistake was Bessie.
And you were in Bessie.
Yes.
And you think there's a link between the beam and this organism thing?
Yes, I do. I think that beam was the method it used to get here.
Well, now it's arrived. And it's hostile. And it's still here. So what do we do and how do we find it?
We don't find it, Brigadier. If we wait around here long enough, it'll find us.
Moses! What's that? Get Sergeant Benton, quick!
How many of them?
I'm not sure, Sarge. They seem to be springing out all over the place.
Right. You hold them off here, and I'll cover the back. Right, you men, come with me. Hurry!
Fire at will!
What are those creatures? Where are they coming from?
Obviously from the same source as that organism thing. First the scout, then the reinforcements.
Their grasp of military tactics is very good.
Well, let's hope Sergeant Benton's are even better.
Hurry, man! Keep your head down! Brigadier, do you read me? Over. We're under attack from all sides. Weapons are useless. Nothing seems to touch them. Nothing. Over.
Get the men out, Benton. Complete evacuation. Then report to me in the laboratory. Is that clear? Over.
Okay,
I better see what's happening.
Complete evacuation.
You stay here, Doctor.
Not much point in my going anywhere else, is there?
Everybody, now move.
I think you ought to get out of here too, Joe.
Not a chance. I'm staying right here with you.
Now, please, Joe, do as I ask. They won't harm you. You ignore them, they'll ignore you. I'm the one they're after.
Well, I'll just have to risk it, won't I?
Right, Joe. Doctor, you seen the Brigadier?
Sergeant Benton, just the man I wanted to see. Now, will you please take Miss Grant with you,
No,
even if you have to carry her?
I'm sorry, Doc. My orders were to report
Your
here.
orders, Sergeant. Into the TARDIS, quick. Right, force field on.
You were going off without me, weren't you?
Well, Sergeant, aren't you going to say that it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside? Everybody else does.
It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Anyway, nothing to do with you surprises me anymore, Doctor.
Well, thank you for the compliment. It's not reacting. There's only one thing for it. I'll have to send an SOS. I hate having to call them, but there we are.
What were you planning to do, anyhow?
I was planning to lure that stuff away from Earth, Joe. So now, as it seems to have immobilized the TARDIS, I'm not going anywhere. We're trapped.
So what are we going to do?
Well, at least we can watch that thing in comfort, and then we can send in a report and see what they have to say about it.
Who are they?
The Time Lords. Well, things are pretty serious.
Yes, they are.
Is the
the doctor holding out?
We're giving his TARDIS all the energy we can spare, man.
And the hostile?
Unidentified so far, my lord.
And the source of this beam?
You see, Chancellor? The black hole.
But that's a nowhere. No place, a void. According to all known laws, nothing can exist there.
Yet somehow, through this black hole, vital cosmic energy is draining away in spite of all we can do to check it.
Already the time travel facility is in danger, my lord.
Without it, we shall be helpless. Unless the energy loss is stopped, the whole fabric of space-time will be destroyed. We are being consumed and we can find no way to fight back.
Are you telling me we're up against an adversary? A force equal to our own?
Equal and opposite to our own.
A force which inhabits a universe where by definition even we cannot exist?
Yes. A force in the universe of antimatter.
But that's too terrible to contemplate. Someone must go and help the doctor.
I agree, but no one can be spared, Your Excellency. Everyone is needed to combat the energy drain.
Are you saying we can't help him?
Yes, I am. But perhaps he can help himself. Show me the doctor's time stream, the section for his earlier self before he changed his form.
You cannot allow him to cross his own time stream, apart from the enormous energy it would need. The first law of time expressly forbids him to meet his other selves.
I am aware of that, Your Excellency, but this is an emergency.
But you can't.
Your Excellency, I have to.
Be it on your own head.
Now, show me.
That's odd. Nobody touched anything, did they?
No?
Well, you heard it, though, didn't you?
Yes, and felt it too. Could it be that stuff outside?
No, I don't think so. Hello, what's this? Oh, seems strangely familiar. Is it yours, Joe?
Flute? No.
Well, properly speaking, it's a recorder.
Thank you. I was wondering where that had got to. You haven't been trying to play this, have you? Oh, I can see you've been doing the TARDIS up a bit. I don't like it. Oh, my word. Oh, dear. We are in trouble, aren't we? Just as when I turned up.
Doctor! Where did you spring from?
Now, don't tell me. Corporal Benton, isn't it?
Sergeant Benton now.
How do you do, my dear?
Nice to see you.
I haven't seen you since that nasty business with the Cybermen.
All those years ago.
Is he, and how did he get in here?
Well, it's a bit difficult to explain, Joe.
He's not one of them, is he?
Well, not so much one of them as one of us. One of me, to be precise.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, my dear. I hate to be contrary, but I can see he's a little bit confused, poor old chap, and I do feel you should have the correct explanation. You don't mind, do you?
Yes.
I didn't think you would. You see, Joe, I may call you Joe Maintime. You see, he is one of me.
Oh, I see. You're both Time Lords.
Well, quite. Well, not quite.
Oh.
Not just Time Lords. We're the same Time Lord.
Now, please, you're only confusing my assistant. Joe, it's all quite simple. I am he, and he is me.
And we are all together, Goo Goo Kichu?
What?
It's a song by the Beatles.
Oh, how does it go?
Oh, please be quiet.
Look, is he really you?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
So I think he is, Miss Grant. You see, when the Brig and I first met the Doctor, he looked like him.
How?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know. You've got no right to be here.
Perhaps,
what about the first law of time?
Perhaps I could explain.
Perhaps you could.
Well, our fellow Time Lords out there are just as much under siege as we are.
What?
And they couldn't send anyone to help you. But they did summon up enough temporal energy to lift me out of my bit of our time stream and pop me down here, into my own future, so to speak.
Why?
My dear fellow, you are being a bit dim, aren't you? Your effectiveness is now doubled.
Halved, more like.
Now, there's no need to be ungracious. Suppose we have a look at our problem, shall we? You don't mind, do you?
Oh, be my guest.
Oh, thank you.
Good grief, sir. What's that? Don't just stand there, man. Open fire!
Fall back. Dear old Lieutenant Stewart, still blazing away as usual.
How would you something to help the Doctor?
It'll be all right, as long as they keep out of its way. Right, now you can see our problem, can't you?
Yes, most unpleasant. They are very worried, you know.
Yes, and so am I. I think perhaps I ought to put you in the picture.
Right.
Contact.
Contact. see. So it's after you. Or should I say us?
That's right. And as they can't help us, we'll just have to help ourselves.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
And what was all that about?
Sort of telepathic conference or something.
Are we going to take this attitude to my music all the time?
Yes, frankly, we are.
Dear.
You've achieved a transference, sir,
Splendid.
but I don't think it's going to work.
Why, what's wrong?
They refuse to cooperate.
I see. Well, we'll soon settle that. Show me the earliest, Doctor.
But him too, sir, but surely...
Show me. He'll keep them in order.
Well, you've been fiddling with it, haven't you?
It was perfectly all right until you touched it. Now, if only you'd leave things to me.
If we were to leave things to you, my dear fellow, we'd be in a fine pickle, wouldn't we?
There
Look,
they go again.
You lost the image, not
I
me.
did not lose the image.
I
I
said
paid it.
this
You
thing
saw
is
I
And
perfect.
look,
It's
both
not
of
paid,
you.
it's only- What?
Look.
Ah, there you are. I seem to be stuck up here. Hmm? Hmm? Oh, so you're my replacements. A dandy and a clown. Have you done anything?
Well, we've assessed the situation.
Just as I thought. Nothing.
Well, it's not easy, you know.
Not as if we knew what that stuff is.
No.
Then I'll tell you. It's a time bridge.
Is it what? I see.
Now, what's a bridge for, eh?
Well, crossing?
Right. So stop dilly-dallying and cross it.
No, wait!
You faded him again.
I did not
Yes,
fade
you
it. You
certainly
saw
did.
it.
You
Faded
faded
I
it.
it.
hate to ask, but who was that?
Me.
Me! Call, will you?
Heads.
Hard luck.
All right. Stand by to disconnect the force field.
So what are you going to do?
Now!
Doctor, no!
Joe, get back!